The last video I have told stagflation is the biggest criticism for Phillips curve, correct? So what Phillips curve said? It has said the inverse relationship between inflation and unemployment. You understood? If inflation increases, unemployment decreases. If inflation decreases, unemployment increases. If you have not watched that video, please watch that video first, then you come back to this, right? It is the biggest criticism. What is stagflation? It is a situation in which in an economy the demand, listen carefully, the demand is low and the unemployment is high, and even the inflation is high. Listen carefully. What Phillips curve said, if inflation is high, unemployment is low, he said. But what is happening in stagflation? Inflation is high, unemployment is also high. You understood? Phillips curve said if inflation is more, unemployment is less. Because more inflation, more demand. Yes or no? More inflation, more demand for the commodities, more production, more GDP, and overall economy is in prosperous. Correct? No, that is what we have discussed. But what is happening here? This is a situation in where the inflation is high. As inflation is high, demand should be high. No, but demand is low and unemployment is high. Correct? That is the reason Phillips curve heavily criticized, keeping in mind that Phillips curve is applicable only in the short run. In the long run, it suffers the problem of stagflation. That is, stagflation happens in the long run. You understand, right? Stagflation is a situation. It's very difficult to come out from the situation because, see, for example, if you increase, if you as a country or as a public sector and private sector units of a country, if a country wanted to increase the demand, what the country have to do? Country have to increases. They're supposed to increase the demand in the system by increasing more and more public expenditure. Correct? The public expenditure should increase. If you increase the public expenditure, what happens to the inflation? Don't you think it will go further up? If you want to increase the demand, you are going to invest more. That is, rather than increasing the demand, it will contribute for more inflation. That is the reason stagflation situation is a very problematic. It is very problematic and is very difficult to come out of this particular scenario or a situation. You understand? So then what is the solution? Solution is gradually they have to do it. Right? Gradually what they have to do? The repo rate and the reverse repo rate, that is the policy rates of the Reserve Bank of India, these need to be increased. If I take an example of India, so the policy rates needs to be increasing. As the policy rate gradually increases, demand slowly have to pick up by the government side as well as the private side. Okay, this is the solution, right? According to that, we have to balance. This is what is stagflation. I'll repeat, stagflation meaning what? It is a situation in which the inflation is high, demand is low, unemployment is high. Right? Such a situation is a stagflation. Stagflation is the biggest criticizer of the Phillips curve.